Pause. Hey Marley, hey Jessica, how you doing? I know Marley. I was gonna say in your chat you almost at 3,000. I was gonna say you're almost at 3,000. Marley's on 3,000. Come on, y'all. I need one more subscriber. I get 3,000. Come on, y'all. I actually have another account. I should sub to it on my other Marky Mark's Tarot. Hey Amanda, how you doing? I can't do it without laughing. I'll end up doing it laughing and shit. My voice is all messed up anyway. I'll do it every now and then. Thanks, Amanda. She needs one more to get to 3,000. There you go. Good. Glad you're doing good. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, y'all. The best is every time she pulls the Empress card, she gets the Empress. That shit fucking kills me. And the reason why you're like, if you were to like listen to how Bermudian people talk, you'd be like, huh? Come again? You'd be like, what the fuck you just say? Because here they speak like the most craziest English you'll ever hear in your life. OMG. It's hilarious. They be like, you know how you say your name's Marley? They were like, Marley. Hey Marley, what's up? Where y'all from? Georgia? You're from Georgia? They be like, y'all Aton Don, Aton Don, Aton ATL's my place. That's how Bermudians will be talking. If you ever meet like a hardcore Bermudian, that's exactly how they'll talk to you. Howdy, howdy, Dan. I don't. Yeah, I mean, we understand everybody because we're always like, we know people and we go everywhere and stuff like that. But it's like when people come here, they'll be like listening to a Bermudian talk and they won't switch the way they talk either. And there's a Bermudian guy, right? He works at a liquor store and he's on TikTok and he's like he's pretty famous right now. Everybody knows who he is. And he's got that Snapchat and he changes the way he looks, right? And he goes, hey, you saw that guy from TikTok? He was in here the other day and he got a burr. Instead of a beer, he says a burr. Like a it's so fucking hilarious. My nephew was watching it. Yeah, he uses the filters and like his face is all weird, the mouth, the head, and he acts like different people, right? And he's like, "Hey, I'm going to the liquor shop right now." Yeah, and my nephew is in there fucking hollering. Well, you're not missing anything. TikTok's the same as the other apps and stuff. It's the same shit and different things. Every app, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, it's all the same shit on different places. and people got different, the same accounts on everywhere, and you know, yeah, you're not missing anything, Amanda. All it is a bunch of shit everywhere. You get fed up of it after a while. When it first came out, I don't even go in there that much. The only time I go on there is like when my nephew sends me like some funny stuff or whatever. That's all. They begged me to get that stuff, and I didn't even want it. Then I created a Mark and Mark's Tarot channel over there because everybody wanted me to. Then I went live twice, and then like some people from here went on there, and I was like, no, no, I don't want these people around me. No thanks. But it's all pretty much the same shit. It's all the same crap. Different idiots in different places. The only thing I don't like about TikTok is a lot of the psychics on there are full of shit. Like I don't like a lot of those people on there. Like I say it all the time. Like they have like spells, and they're always talking about spells, and they're like begging you to get a reading. They're like, okay, you need to, send me $20 and I'll send you one of these candles, and I'll light one of these candles and manifest for you, and I'll make sure you be in love by next week and you'll be married by next month. How long how much is the spell? Oh, $125. And I guarantee I guarantee you'll be with a man next week. Right. If that was the case, it would have been done a long time ago and everybody would be happily married. Oh yeah, definitely bullshit, that's for sure. And what I hate the most is all this twin flame trash. That shit makes me laugh. I die laughing. I'm like this. They got these two candles, and then two matches or two candles, and they're staggered like that. And the woman says, I'm gonna go ahead and light both of them, and if they both meet each other, then this is your twin flame." So you'd be like, "Is Bob my twin flame?" And like the woman was like, "Okay, I'll send $25 on Cash App." "Okay, I got your Cash App." Okay, she'll light the candles. She'll light the candles or light the matches or whatever. Next thing you know, they're all gun. One's trying to beat the other, and then she'll be like looking at it, and then it'll be like it'll come off camera like this, and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is your twin flame," and she must pull the other one down or something, and then adjusts her camera, and like, "Oh yes, Bob is your twin flame, yes." And I'm like, "Yeah, right." And guess what? And I wrote in the chat one time, "Bob's your twin flame, and I'm your twin blame." I was like, delete that guy. Yeah, these stupid asses. They on horse shit cleanup. Oh yeah, definitely. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure, Dan. I know that for sure. No, Jessica. Today is no Friday pool cards. Today is no card Friday. That shit on TikTok is terrible. Very terrible for TikTok. I mean, some of those readers, I look at them and I'm like, oh boy, you got a lot of karma coming your way, do you? I don't know what they're thinking by doing that shit. If they're gonna get, I look at it and I'm saying to myself, you know what, Amanda? Sometimes like I just think, that they honestly think that in their minds that they're doing something right by, conning somebody for money. And some of these people charge like $75 for a candle, a manifestation candle, and all this shit. And I'm like, how the fuck you gonna manifest shit through a candle? Like, you honestly think you gotta manifest that shit yourself? Save the $75 and manifest shit for free. All you gotta do is pray. Like, what the fuck you talking about? then she loves it. You know, she loves that. She can't just see me here talking and be in peace. She wants to see me shuffling the card and get a message for nothing. That's what she likes. Between her and Ninja, you know, and I don't know how these women are Aquariuses, you know. They just have some crazy shit in their chart. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Always want some, you know. I got the perfect card for you tonight, Jessica. I hope you're paying attention and you're not wandering off somewhere. Yeah, exactly, Amanda. I truly believe that you're not supposed to pay for that type of stuff. Like, you know, you don't pay to get uh like what, you know, all that twin flame stuff. People actually like don't understand that twin flame is another word for soulmate, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. You know, that's all that is. It's just another name. And then people are like, no, it isn't, Mark. Twin flame is a significant meaning. And I'm like, no, it isn't. No. It's just another name for something else. Just like how all these readers in their bio, it says, it says clairsendent, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clair this. Fuck Claire. I don't give a shit about Claire, nothing. It's your senses. Feel, taste, hear, see, feel. There's no need to say clear this and clear that and clear this and clear that. That's bullshit. They're just filling up everything for nothing. Like you're just bullshitting people. Once you get to a certain age, you'll realize that that shit's all like just names and labels that people put on things. The only thing that is different is a reader, a tarot reader is a tarot reader. A psychic is a psychic, a medium is a medium. That's the only difference, you know? And then you can say, I'm not a medium, I talk to spirit, you know? Or I'm an empath and all that bullshit. Like it's either your simple name or you're nothing. Like I don't want to hear all that type of shit. And then I'm a light worker. I like the light worker shit. I always hear I'm a light worker. I'm like, I'm a hard worker. I know that. I'm not a light worker. I'm a hard worker, sweetheart. You know. Yeah, twin flame reader because that's what people the question that most people ask is you know when am I gonna meet my twin flame or like who is my twin flame, you know, all that shit. Yeah, it's another name for MasterCard or Visa. There you go, Dan. I keep it simple. I don't believe in all those things. It's just a label that people put on things. All right. Jessica, shit you don't have time for, other people's shit, crazy shit, bullshit, stupid shit, fake shit, shit that has nothing to do with you. Sounds about right. And the message is once you drop that kind of bullshitty shit, you'll have the whole lot more hours in the day to do awesome shit. Find shit to do that vibes with your soul. Shit that has no negative consequences, shit that makes you, oh, hell yes. Maybe even do some shit that benefits the world in some way. You have time for the fuck yeah shit. There you go. That's a perfect card for you. Stop bullshitting and get it on with it. Would you like one, Amanda? Light worker is just another word for working with the light, not the dark. Yeah. Yeah, I hate labels too. When people say, "Oh, I'm a light worker," and you know, I'm this and I'm that, I just say one thing: Look, I do tarot card readings. I do mediumship, and that's it. Somebody says, "Are you psychic?" I'm like, "Yep." On Fridays, I am. Just to mock this shit, like, you know. I always say that shit. I'm psychic on Friday. Whatever day it is, I say I'm psychic on that day. It's like I mock that shit because it's all bullshit. Like, you know, just, you know, it's all like, just, you don't need to label me. You know what I do, you know? Marley's back again. Hey, y'all, I got 3,000 subscribers. I love y'all so much. They lost, Dan. They lost by 6 points. We got 2 losses in a row, but we're still first and way ahead of the field. But it sucks. It's all good, though. They play tomorrow night in Phoenix. When I went into Marley's room, hey Rudy, how are you, sweetheart? I went into Marley's room last year in November when I first said hello to her. I think it was last year in November or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember. Time flies so much. But I think it was November. I popped in there and said hello to her. And she only had I think it was like 26 or 2,700 or something like that. I think it was less than that. I think it was like 24, 2,500. And over like a couple of months, you just gain like hundreds of people just like that. And ever since you put it on like subscribers mode that one time, right? Then that's when everybody's been ever since I told you to put it on subscribers mode that week that it worked, and everybody like subscribed to you. You got like 200 people in 2 days. And I was like, see, all those mofos that was in the background that didn't subscribe, they had to this time. The only way they could see. Yeah, that's what it was. It was like just over 2,000, like 2,000, 2,000, 400, 2,400, something like that when I went in there a couple months ago. Yeah. I'm almost on 1,000 right now. I got 991. I don't really care about that shit. Like, I never been one to care about subscribers and all that. I used to joke about it all the time. I'd be like, hi everybody, this is my channel, Marky Marks Teddy King. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about all that shit. I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit there and be like, hit that like. I got 8 people in the room. Come on, guys, hit that like. Like the idiots on TikTok will be like, if I get 10,000 likes, I'll give a free reading. Tap that tap that screen, tap that screen on. Tap your ass, shut the hell up, and just read the damn cards. Hey Ninja, how you doing? On TikTok, I can't stand that shit. All those women will be on there like, tap that screen. But I'm gonna tap you, all right. All right, Amanda. Let me get your card. All right. Amanda, your gut knows what's up. Trust that biatch. Your gut wants to talk, and it always has your back. All you got to do is listen up and not be a punk about whatever you got to say. Even if you're fuzzy on the right thing to do, your gut usually knows what's wrong. What's the wrong thing to do? Maybe the right thing to do is anything but what you're tempted to do out of spite, fear, or impatience. Yeah, probably that. Like 99% usually. There you go. Your gut knows what's up. Trust that biatch. Trust your gut. Your gut knows. Tap the screen. Maybe pinch your nipples. There you go, Dan. Me neither, Marty. I don't really care about likes and all that shit. Like I could care less. I could care less about how many subscribers I have. I could care less how many people's in my room. Like I just come on here and I do readings and then give messages, have fun, talk shit. I have an average of like maybe 8 to 10 people in here a night. Sometimes nobody, sometimes one or two, and I still have fun. I don't even care. And the thing is, you have 3,000 subscribers now, and you have an average of 25 to 30 people in your room. So, like, all of your subscribers aren't going to come in your room all at once, but you'll get them throughout a month. You'll get probably like 1,000 different people because people subscribe to your channel, right? But they hardly ever go in there. They just subscribe because they saw you that one time, but they're not going to unsubscribe because they just leave it there. They don't care. Like in our subscribers list, there's like tons of people in there, right? So we never unsubscribe unless we have some beef with the person or whatever. So that's how it really works. You know what I mean? Like all 900 and something people that subscribe to me don't come in here all at once. It ain't gonna happen. But over a period of time, you're gonna get all those people come around. So that's why I tell people like, oh, that shit, all those numbers don't even mean anything. Hey, Miss Bikini, how you doing? I don't know. I saw Coonskin in there, but they trolled at first, and then it's weird because some trolls like they see their message get retracted, right? And then because it gets retracted, they want to hang around because they feel like it's cool or whatever, and then they start acting up or they just act stupid and just do whatever, right? But some people, that's how they are, man. It is weird. Yeah, exactly. You converted the troll. I don't really like when I deal with trolls in here back in the day, I would roast them. I would tell everybody, I would tell the mods, look, don't. I'll undo it. I'll unhide them and say, yeah, come on out. What you want to try and roast me? Go ahead. And I'll roast them so bad that they start laughing and they said, oh, that's a good one, bro. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Don't fuck around, Don't try and roast me. So then that's it. We'll be dissing each other. I like to diss the trolls. But some people didn't like it. They were like, all right, Mark, that's enough. Oh my God. I was like, this is my channel. I want to roast these mofos. Yeah, there you go. He probably likes it. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Somebody said something to Marley, and Marley said, yo, mama. I started laughing. I was like, yeah, you sound like me. And then they try to make me feel bad and tell me that their mom is not alive and all that shit. I was like, well, your mother in spirit, I'm a medium, and your mother in spirit just told me you're a jackass for coming in here talking shit to me. All right? You want me to tap into your spirit, your mom in spirit? Let me see if she really is, because you're talking shit. Don't lie to me, I'm psychic on Fridays. And the troll be like, oh, fuck. I better not lie to this guy. Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, don't fuck around. Don't lie to me. I'll find out. Don't act up. I'll tell you the story about the girl who came in here that time. Her mom passed away like about maybe when she came in my room, her mom passed away, and then her mom is telling me in the background, tell that stupid bitch to mop the damn floor. Tell her she better clean my goddamn house. The least she could do is clean the house I left it for. Her and her sister don't clean the damn house. And I was like, oh fuck. Mom's is going off. And then I said to her, I said, when was the last time you mopped that floor? And she was like, probably since my mom passed away, like a month ago. I said, well, you need to mop the damn floor. And she was like, oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. I better clean the house. And the next day, she cleaned the whole entire house and mopped the floor twice. And then she texts me and says, is my mom okay now? I said, obviously, dummy. She told you to fucking mop the damn floor, stupid. Like, you ain't gotta ask me again. I already told you, Your mom said you fucking live like a pig ever since she left. Clean the fucking house, woman. That's the least you could do. She left you in the will. She left you the house. Clean the fucking house. What it takes, what? Couple minutes to mop the floor, stupid. Go ahead. She was mad at me. And I was mad at her. I was like, I feel like your mom like is right, you know? Like mop the damn floor. What's so bad about that? We got a maid or something. Do something nice. She was like, oh, my mom cleaned the house every day. I said, well, you do it too. It's the least you could do. Get off your ass. Anybody else want a card? Yeah, I do that once a week. Like every Saturday or every Sunday. So this weekend coming up, that's what I do. I pretty much I get the Swifter out. I Swift first, get all the hair off the ground from the dog and upstairs in the bathroom. Then I get my mop and I mop everything, and I mop it twice. I mop my floor twice. I don't do it just once. And then I'll go around with the little hand vac, and I'll just go in the corners and just make sure everything's cool. I don't like my shit all dirty and all. See all this, my dog's bed and my dog's blanket. I take that shit outside and shake it all around, make sure the hair is all off of it. I can't handle a dirty ass house. It's called Spiritual as Fuck. That's what it's called, Ruby. I mean, Amanda. It's hilarious. All right, Ninja. Let me see what I get for Ninja. One. All right. Ninja, your card is self-care. Is it selfish? If you were really going to take care of yourself today, what would you do? So why aren't you doing that? No healthy person wants you to sacrifice yourself for them. Really, anyone who wants that from you is a selfish jerk. Don't assume that people in your life are selfish jerks who can't handle you doing what you need to do for yourself. Jerk. All right, Rudy, you're next. Selfish jerk. I don't think I've been called a jerk before. The most I've been the most names I've ever been called, like the most consistent, is probably asshole. You're an asshole. I'm like, thank you. Assholes are useful. Rudy, your card is go outside and do shit. This card says it's been proven all over the place that trees and nature are fresh air, and all that shit help fight depression, anxiety, addiction, and pretty much anything else that you might owe you. What? Yeah, it does say that might owe you. Oh, might oil you. I was like, oh, it might oil you. Okay, all right, you want to be oiled? Find some place to put your feet in the grass or on the dirt or water or anything that's not concrete. A 5-minute nature break can reduce the amount of shitty thoughts in your brain drastically as fuck. Oh, really, Dan? All right. Miss Bikini, you want one? Oh, uh, oh, me too. That's one thing I can't stand, Dan. When somebody lies to my face, I want to punch their teeth out. That was my ex brother-in-law. I told him, you lied to me one more time to my face, and I'm going to go get my electrical pliers and I'm gonna pull your fucking teeth out. And he turned around and he took off. I don't think I've threatened anybody more than that guy in my life. Miss Bikini, don't be an ungrateful shit. And this card says, seriously, if you are reading these cards, you're privileged as fuck. You can read. Reading is super fucking fantastic. Think about how many generations of people didn't get to read. Fuck yeah. We're completely fucked. We know how to read. So don't be ungrateful. At least you know how to read. Marley, would you like one? Yep, Aquarius can't stand liars. Even though I know some Aquarius liars. Oh boy. There's a lot of liars out there. Some people think like it's just okay to lie all the time. All right, Marley. All right. Marley, your card says it's okay to start the fuck over if you have to. It says, did you fuck up? Question mark. Start over. Did things fall apart? Start over. Every day is a new beginning. Every moment is deep as fuck. I know, right? Quit holding on to old mistakes and shit. Just start the fuck over. It's Friday night. We gotta have some fun. You know? What better cards to use than these? You know? Had a good laugh. Hey Dan, would you like a card, bro? Yeah, just start over. That's all. I start over every day I wake up. All right, Dan. All right, Dan. You can't have a positive as fuck life with a negative as fuck mind. And this card says, if you find yourself with a head full of crap, go watch some videos of babies laughing or goats excitement fainting or old people cursing. It's helpful to think of laughing and mental pooper scooper. You got to get the turds out so you can have room for fresh and lovely thoughts. Well, Jessica, most people say they love my voice because it makes them moist. Yeah, there you go. Baby puppies crawling on you. Oh nah. I don't know why people say I sound like New York or Jersey because New York people don't sound like me, nor New Jersey. But if you think so, hey, yeah, Dan cleaned the shitter today, so that resonates. See that? That's why Dan cleaned the shitter today. You're absolutely right. That's good observing, Amanda. All right, I'm gonna give myself a card. I think I've given everybody a card. All right, let me give myself one for shits and giggles. That too, Ninja. All right. My card is you are a product of what you believe. And my card says, if you think you're a turd, you're probably gonna act like a turd. Treat yourself like a turd and accept turd treatment from others. Why the fuck would you do that? First off, you're not a turd. It's just a physically impossible to be a turd or a sediment of being at the same time. But even if you have kindly, even if you have a kind of turdy, even if you have been kind of turdy, your believing you're golden will bring all that golden behavior and that golden treatment. Today, just believe you're golden. If you liked it better there, go back to Turd Town tomorrow. Oh shit. But I like this though. See, look, you are a product of what you believe. That's why I always say, if you believe, you shall receive. If you believe you're an idiot, you're gonna be an idiot. If you believe you're a good person, you're gonna be good. Uh, more turd treatment. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a long time. And I'm gonna put a collective message for everybody in this room what we need to hear. All right. Something that we all need to hear. This is perfect. Stop stressing over shitty as fuck people. This is a collective message for everybody. Stop stressing over shitty as fuck people. The message is the vast majority of our time spent on strife and stress is simply because we're stressing over shitty people. If you catch yourself thinking about a shitty person, take a moment and think about an awesome as fuck human like Mark. If you're going to spend time crawling up the other people's asses, it might as well be somebody awesome. Ain't that true? That's a good collective message. I'm glad I did that. Stop stressing over shitty as fuck people. Absolutely. Only crawl up some awesome ass. There you go. You're welcome. Oh, shit. She's got issues with her left eye all week. Damn, she's got. I know a few Aquariuses that are having some issues. That's fucked up. You know what they said? That yeah, it was the perfect collective message. I'm glad I did it. I'm gonna put these cards in here the wrong way, like a fucking turd. Now I feel like a turd now because I just put the cards in the wrong way. You fucking turd. It doesn't go in that way. All right, I got them all up. Cool. That's not good. They said that a lot of Aquariuses that have their chart, like wherever their Aquarius is, like we all have a degree. Like there's a degrees of where your Aquarius is or your sign is in the sun and the rising sign. So if your degree is in like number one or number two or something like that, if you are in the first degree of Aquarius, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have medical problems and like a lot of shit might happen to you because like it affects the people that are born early in Aquarius or born like with number like it's the first degree or 0 point something degrees or like the early degrees of Aquarius. I don't know if anybody else has heard that, but that's what they said. But my chart is my degrees are way higher than that. Now you're not really an early aqua because Aquarius starts January 20th. So you still got 11 days. It's for like people who are born in January. The January Aquariuses will probably have problems. It's usually like the January Aquarians who are like 21, 22, 20. Like the first couple Aquarians, they're gonna have some issues. But if you're like if you start to go up like 28, 30, if you might not have as many problems. But it's like for people who are born early Aquarius. Or if your chart is early, then you're gonna have a problem. If your wife's birthday is on the 28th, then that's probably why she might be having some difficulties. Because early Aquarian, see, that's like the first week going into the second week of Aquarius. So that, but it also could mean that your degree of where your chart is. It all depends. Like you could be a February 16th or 17th Aquarius, but your chart is like the second degree in your sun sign in your whatever. You have to check like people would check their charts. I mean, it's a lot of it's all bullshit, but that's what they said because I know a few Aquarians that are having problems. Yeah, I mean, if you believe you'll receive, but if you believe in like you're gonna be zapped, then you are like, that's how I live my life. Honestly, I was praying like crazy today in my car when I drove up the road today. I just took a minute and every time I passed the church at the bottom of the hill, I always, thank God for everything and just like ask him to help my family and me and all I ever ask is for God to keep me out of the hospital and keep me with no diseases and not to let me be sick. Because like I tried to fix my washer today and I put the parts in there and it didn't work. And I still heard the noise and I was like, fuck man. I went and ordered those parts thinking that was the problem. And then I took I had the washer outside. I hooked it up outside to a hose, and I started to like I washed a load of laundry just to see where if I can pinpoint the noise. So then when it went on the spin cycle, I heard the noise and I was like, oh shit, let me go look, let me go listen real quick. So I looked, and it's right in the center where it spins the actual belt. There's a bearing in there, two bearings, and the bearings are making noise, and that's what it was. It was shaking the whole drum. So I disconnected it, and I was like, "Fuck, man." So I went online looking for the damn bearings. Then I found them, and then I called the place, someplace in Colorado. They had the bearings that I needed, so they shipped it to me today. So hopefully I'll get it by Monday, Tuesday, or something like that next week. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then I said to myself, you know what? I'd rather have problems like that, like washing machine problems, than like, have problems like with my, my back and things like that and being worse or, having like issues or whatever. So I was like, that's okay. You can keep giving me like, some problems with my washing machine or whatever. I'll take it. Just don't leave me in no fucking hospital. Don't give me no diseases. I'm good. I just said to myself, I'm frustrated because I really wanted to fix the machine. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I was like, that's okay, God. I'll order the bearings. I'll order them right now. And I'll wait another week to get my washing machine fixed. I'm good. I got my sister's washing machine. Just please, God, don't do anything else to me. I'm good. I'm not complaining. I'll buy this $80 bearings and wait for them for a week. It's cool. I'm not complaining. That's what I did. Have you had people who passed at church? What do you mean by that, Dan? No, I haven't heard from Cindy Ninja. I haven't. No, I wish, but I haven't heard from her. Yeah, exactly, Amanda. By the way, have you had people who passed at church? What do you mean? Like, have I ever seen somebody pass? People who have passed on being at mass. Oh, you mean like when I'm at church? You mean? And I see people there? Nah, not really. If that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, if I haven't seen spirit at church, no, because I barely go to church anyway. But when I was in church, I never really saw a spirit or anybody passed away like that. That's one place. No, I haven't seen it. That's a good question, no, but I haven't dealt with any spirits like that. Not in church. Hey, Ariana, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, church is probably I haven't really dealt with that. You know what? Actually, last year around like end mid February, my friend committed suicide, and I went to his funeral. It was like the first week of March. I went to his funeral. I can't remember when. His birthday, I think, is coming up. I think it's on the 11th or 12th or something like that. Anyway, when he passed away, when he took his life last year, and I went to his funeral, I sat there in the pew and I spoke to him and he talked to me. So I would say, yeah, Dan. Now that I think about it, last year I spoke to him at church during his funeral, and he said sorry to me that I was there because I was like, you can talk to me, bro, like And he was like, look, Mark, I'm sorry, like I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry that you guys have to be here, at my funeral. And I was like, I was in like in my seat, like crying like crazy because I couldn't believe like it was actually like, to be honest. Hey Virgo, how you doing, sweetie? You all right, Ariana? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You know what? No. You know, the thing is, Dan, I don't believe people actually are worthy to go to heaven. And the reason I say that is because heaven is like a place on earth, and heaven is like somewhere where only a few people are. And I believe that if you've like done something where you've taken your life, you've killed somebody or yourself, or you've done a lot of bad shit, and you've only done that one thing, right? I think God forgives you and says, hey, look, He says, look, you did that, you took your life, right? And you weren't a bad person. You went to church, you just took your life because you couldn't handle it anymore. But just like the bishop said during his funeral, that he did a lot for the church and he just couldn't handle the things that was going on in his life, and he gave his life to God. That's how the bishop put it when I was at his funeral. And I found that very interesting that the bishop would say that, even though it's a sin, right? And he said, he gave his life to God. And then I never looked at it like that, as someone like, committing suicide, giving their life to God. I look at it as a sin, as that's the worst thing you could do. But then he says, he gave his life to God, and God would deal with him the way he wants to. So I believe that God says, hey, look, you know, you didn't do good things on earth when you were there, or you did this, you did that. The only thing I can do for you, you're not going to hell because you're not worthy enough to go to hell because you haven't done too much shit for me to send you there. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back on earth as a spirit form, and you're going to help your family, make sure they're protected, nudge them in the right way, put them in, you can hang out with them. You can still hang out at your house. You can still, hang around there and do what you have to do and visit your loved ones in spirit. And the reason I say that, because I see that when a lot of people pass away and I do mediumship for them, there's a lot of people who I read for where I can see the person that they want me to talk to around everybody else. They're around their whole family. Like when my auntie died that left me in her inheritance, the day she died, when my mom told me on the phone that she died, the next like couple minutes when I hung up the phone, like I said to myself, auntie, are you here? Like, and I looked for her, like I was, trying to tap into her energy. And the first thing she did, she went like this, Mark, I'm here with your uncle. I'm so happy. And it was like I got like an image of both of them hugging each other. And she was so happy and he was so happy to see her. And they were in spirit together, you know? So it's things like that, because my auntie also did a lot for the church too, so it's hard. Yeah, you know what, Amanda, when I first came on here almost 5 years ago now that I started this channel, when I started doing mediumship, I only had suicide readings, like people who had committed suicide or had died from murder or drugs, like drug overdoses and shit like that. And it overwhelmed me a lot because people were like, yeah, this guy is a medium. Oh yeah, I'm gonna find out why this person committed suicide or why they did that or why they did that. So my first, like, I would say my first few months of doing mediumship on this channel was majority suicide and killings and drug overdoses and shit like that. And I was like, wow, I can't believe all these people kill themselves and do this shit. Like, it was weird. Then after that, like I kind of like asked spirit not to give me that because it was too overwhelming. But now I can handle anything. But back then it was pretty overwhelming to know, because I'm totally against people taking their lives, Dan, you said that's interesting. Some people think Eve God God wanted them to go through the trial with the tree. I mean that's just something that everybody has their perception of what. See, my the thing is, when you're a lot of mediums see and do different things. Like I'm just telling people how what I believe and what I like, what I think and what I know, how I read. So when I see when I see spirit, I don't see them in heaven because I don't even know what heaven is. I've never seen heaven. I've never seen hell. We've only seen earth. We don't really know. We just think heaven is like, and in the Bible it says certain things, but people always say, the pearly gates and all this, BS and whatever. But I only see dead people and spirits on earth. I don't see them in some bliss looking place, and with white robes and like they're, saying, "Come to heaven, look, I'm in heaven." I don't get that shit. Like I don't see that. You know what I mean? So like I don't really I believe that there is a heaven and hell, but I believe that only certain people are worthy to go to heaven, and there's a lot of people in hell, that's for sure. But like when I do mediumship, I see actual the people at your house, or I see people, at a place or something like that. I don't really see like them in heaven and all that stuff. Like my dog's snoring in the background, so you might hear. Hey. Oh my God, she can't even hear me. She's over here snoring at the top of her lungs. All I can hear, I'm trying to talk, and all I hear is, yeah, I can hear her. She's like aggravating the shit out of me. She's all right now. She came out of it. Yeah, tired of doing nothing. See, I was born and raised as a Catholic. Everything my parents taught me that Catholic religion is the only way. And I don't care about religions anymore as I got older. The only thing I do is believe in God. I believe that Mary is the mother of Jesus. I believe in Jesus. I believe in his dad Joseph. I believe in archangels and all that type of stuff. I believe in all those things, and all those people, because those are the people who, like, I worship, and I believe that that's true. But religions are just another form of making money, corrupting your mind, and trying to get you a part of something. The only thing religion does is just corrupt your mind to believe in the system that they want you to believe. So just like I just said just now, my mediumship gift shows me people on spirit on earth, spirit what they look like. It never shows me a spirit coming from heaven in some white cloth and robe saying, I'm in heaven, Mark. I'm so happy, and I'm in heaven with Jesus and God. And I don't get that shit. Like, see, that's not even worthy enough for me to see heaven. You see what I'm saying? I'm humble enough to say that even though God gave me the gift to talk to spirits and like he does, right? And like people do. But I don't feel like I'm privileged enough, or anybody is, to see that type of stuff. Like, who the hell are you to see somebody in heaven, or see somebody that they're in hell, or see that type of stuff? Like, you ain't nobody to be seeing that type of shit. You're only gonna see that when you become a spiritual form. Then that's when you're gonna know where you're going. But to me, the people that I deal with, I always, know that people that have committed suicide, people that have been murdered, people that do all dumb shit, I can see them. So obviously they're not going to hell, you know? And that's saying that heaven is a place on earth. That's exactly what it means. Because there's some people, there's spirits in this world that their heaven has to be a place on earth. Because if you are so worthy enough to be on the right hand of or the left hand or in heaven at some point, that to me is not really like how it works. To me, like I don't believe people go to heaven. I believe that people are told by God, look, you can go back to earth, you can come back as another form, you can be reincarnated, you can come back as a dog, a fucking cat, a bird, you know, or you come back for your karma, or you got to come back and redo it again until you get it right. I believe that that is true to some point, right? Because that's why we have deja vu sometimes, because it's almost like we really relived another life. But then again, I'm kind of, you know, skeptical on all of those things too. Because if that's the case, then why is there so much spirit? And why doesn't spirit tell me I'm coming back for another life? Why doesn't spirit tell me I'm somebody from a past life? I've lived 9 lives. I'm lived that life. Oh, I was Elvis in my last life, Mark, and now my name is Bob John Doe. See, spirit don't say that shit to me, so I don't believe it. If spirit ain't telling me that, then I don't believe it. So I can sit here and contemplate and counteract everybody's shit if I want to, but you believe what you want. Whatever makes you happy, you believe whatever you want. I can't tell you what you see and what you believe is wrong. And you shouldn't tell me the same, because what we see, what we hear, what we believe is up to us. It's whatever you see is what you believe, you know? So from being a medium for all these years, spirits never really, you know, put me in those type of situations where I doubt anything. What it is that's certain people's beliefs. If you believe you've been on earth before and you have a past life, that's your fucking problem. Me, I don't believe I had a past life. I don't believe in all those type of things. I believe that everybody is unique in their own way, and you know, we just some people just look alike. Who cares? We're gonna look alike. There's only so much faces that you can have. But to me, doing mediumship, I just think that, you know, people spirit wants to come back to earth. They don't want to be up in heaven doing what? Looking at clouds, or you know, hanging out with Jesus, if that's what you want. Yeah. But most people are gonna are their choice 90% of the time, I believe, that they don't want to be in heaven or hell. They want to come back to earth and see their grandchildren, their children, their mom, their dad, or they want to go in spirit and find out what everybody's doing and just go around and just live their life in a spiritual form. Why not? You know, that's what I believe, because that's what I've seen. I don't know, Dan. It's I don't want to say that people are wrong or right, but I'm just telling people what I believe. And some people tell me, well, Mark, you know, I had a past life. I was a Viking and I was riding a horse and I was a fucking cowboy in 1917 and I fucking fell off the horse and died and now I'm back as a fucking plumber. When I hear shit like that, I'm like, yeah, all right there, buddy. And how do you know this? You fucking dreamt, or you smoked too much weed, or you was on crack or something, you just imagine this shit, right? All right there, buddy. You keep smoking that crack. 'Cause that shit's bullshit. I don't believe that. One time this woman gave me a past life reading, and I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. She goes, oh no, you have to. You were an Egyptian, and you were in the pyramid times, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm an Egyptian, all right. I got an Egyptian for you. I don't give a fuck about no damn Egyptians and pyramids and shit. That were in my past life. Fuck out of here. This is my early life, you know. That's what I believe. I don't believe I have past lives. That to me don't make no sense. Yeah, exactly. Each person experiences different things. So I can't speak about past lives because I feel like I've never lived a past life. But I have to remind everyone that a lot of psychics and a lot of this psychic stuff is to make you believe and make money off of you. That's what corrupt psychic world this is. A lot of psychics will say, "Oh, I do past life readings." And I can see they're going to make up a story, you know? They're going to say, "Oh yeah, your past life you were a rapper and you were the first rapper in the world and your name was you know, Slick Rick or some shit like that and you did all this cool. Oh, but I'm a woman. Oh no, but you was a man in your last life. You was a rapper named Slick Rick. Go look it up. It was you. That was you in your past life. But see, God made you a woman in your next life, so you can be like a karaoke singer." I ain't listening to that shit. To me, like that's all bullshit. I've never had in all my years of doing mediumship, I've never had any spirit tell me they're from another planet, another place, another like dimension, or none of that stuff. The closest I've come to that stuff was I read for this woman one time, and she said that she had like dealt with aliens and things like that and stuff like that. So I kind of tapped into that stuff for her, and I saw like that there was some like dragon type things around from way back and all that stuff. So I tapped into a guy and he had like a shield and he had a dragon and all this shit. And he was, I know I saw all this stuff, but like after I finished, I was like, whoa, that's some next level shit. Like that's some stuff that I don't want to get into. And then I read for her like in a different way, like a regular way. And she was just saying that, that was something that she wanted to check. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't judge her or I didn't like call her crazy. Because at the end of the day, spirit's gonna show me whatever, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, the deja vu stuff, Virgo, has always like made me wonder, like, was I here before, or like, am I reliving my life, or how the hell did this happen? But the deja vu thing is pretty much like our dreams. Like, I think that we dream what we're about to do, or the dreams are putting us in the future a bit. So when you dream shit, like you live it after you dream it. Because some people can dream the future and then you end up living the future. And then you're like, oh shit, you know, I remember this. But all it is just a dream. That's all it was. But you probably didn't remember, but your mind remembered it from the deja vu moment. Yeah, it can be creepy, but it's a part of life. I've learned to accept all those things, so it don't matter to me. You know what, Amanda? I've seen spirits standing beside the person. Like, say if I know somebody's dying, spirit will like show me them around the person that's dying. I've seen that numerous times. Like if somebody tells me, "Hey, my mom is in the hospital," like for instance, I'll give you an example. When my auntie was in the hospice and she was like had dementia and stuff, I saw my uncle around her in spirit, and he was saying, "Mark, I'm taking her very soon. She can't. I don't want her to be like this. She doesn't deserve to suffer." And I was like, "Look, uncle, you do whatever you have to do, like, you know." So I knew she was gonna pass away any day. And then a week later, after he told me that, a week later she left. And then they were together in spirit. So I've seen things like that before. Yeah. Where somebody will come in here and say, "Hey, look, so and so is in hospital." And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, because their grandfather's there or somebody's there. I can see them watching over them." I've done that a few times. So that to me is normal to me. I've seen it a few times. Yeah, Dan, that happens. Like um all that bolting up in the bed and then being pulled forward. That happens many times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of people, Amanda, that say the same thing you say. Like they die and then they get revived, you know, or they're dying and it's like, you know, do you want to go or not? A lot of people say that story, like, because sometimes people will die, they're dead and they get revived, or they died, and then God says, "Do you want to go or not?" And you're like, "No, I don't want to go yet. Fuck that," you know. And then you're like, "Okay, well, you can go ahead and live then. We'll put you back." Next thing you know, you be coughing and shit, and you be back alive. So all that stuff I believe in as well. You know, I believe things like that. Yeah, some people can be like it's like a coma. When people are in a coma, they're pretty much like dead to the world. And then they just, you know, anybody who's seen that movie, The Matrix, it'll pretty much tell you like how like shit is. When I watched that movie, it was very interesting. Because the person is there lying on the bed, right? And they're moving and shit. And like they're in another like, you know, area and they're doing something and all that shit. When I saw that movie fucked with me a lot. That movie like pretty much was like, oh shit. You know, sometimes like I feel like I'm that person. When I'm sleeping, I'm in like another world. When I'm sleeping, I'm in another world, and then when I open my eyes, I'm like, fuck, I'm back home. I just finished gallivanting throughout the whole world. You know, I'm here, I'm there. But that's like, you know, that's the way it is. Yeah, I used to watch The Matrix. It's a movie that would have been out for years. But when I watched that shit, it was weird. It kind of got me like thinking of a lot of things. It's like having an outer body like experience. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, a lot of people have like different things and different stuff they can tell, you know. I know a lot of people who I like I said, I know this one woman. She's my favorite medium, but I don't know where she is. She's like vanished. She was an Aquarius as well. And she was a woman who taught me a lot of things about mediumship. And when I saw her do mediumship, her mediumship was on another level too, where I couldn't even explain it. Like, and I was watching her, and I'm like, how the fuck does this woman like do this shit? Like, and she was having like this like she would have her eyes closed, and she'll be just there, and she'll be like talking like the person and all that shit, and she'll go into like this transformation, and her whole body will get taken over by spirit, and she'll just start ranting and shit like the person was like saying things, and she'll have her eyes closed and her face will go red and shit. I'll get worried about it. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this woman? And like she'll go into these like really crazy vibes where spirit would take right over her body, and then when it's time for like spirit to like leave her, like, and then she come like back to her original self, it would be like nothing ever happened. She'd be like, hey guys, what did I miss? And we'd be like, huh? What you mean what did you miss? The fuck you just did? You just left this person in tears over here. And it was weird. Like some people have that crazy gift where they like the spirit would just take them over their body and like just say shit and do shit, and then when they're finished, they just leave you, and then that's it. Like that shit's next level shit. I don't want to do none of that shit. It's happened to me a few times, but I don't like that. I can't deal with that shit. If I know the spirit, I'll let him do it. But if I don't know him, I ain't letting him do that shit to me. Uh-uh. But it feels like, it all depends on who the spirit is, because it makes your body like they can remove, like, a lot of people don't know, but spirit can actually like heal your body. Like, there's doctors, there's medicine, and there's spiritual healing. And spiritual healing is sometimes when the spirit goes into your body, removes all the bad shit, gets rid of all sorts of shit, and heals your body. Like, you have an inner body experience. A lot of people like don't believe it, but it is true, because I've known a lot of people who do it. And like, I could talk to spirit and ask them to go like into that person's body, and then they will show me what's wrong with that person or what that person can do. And that's what happens. Like, a lot of people have done that shit. I've done it a few times, but I don't really like doing it too much. Like, for instance, like if a woman had a baby and the baby was like years old, and the baby kept getting a rash, and nobody knew what was wrong with the baby. The doctors don't know. Nobody knew shit. And this woman came to me because she knew like I knew psychic stuff, and she was like, "Mark, can you please like talk to spirit, find out what the hell's wrong with my baby, because nobody knows." So I said, "All right, I'll check it out for you." Because I love children and I don't want babies to suffer or anything like that. She said she didn't know who else to turn to. So I checked, and Spirit told me that the water that the baby was getting bathed in had bacteria in it, because the water that was coming through those pipes for a baby with sensitive skin, the water was messing up the baby's skin and giving the baby a rash. And when I told her that, she was like, "Well, how the fuck am I gonna wash my baby?" And I was like, "You gotta go get like a bottle of water." like a bottle of water, purified water with no bacteria, no nothing in it, something that's been filtered, or you filter the water. So she got like a couple bottles of like big ass bottles of purified water. And within 3 days, the baby didn't have no more rash. Just like that. And then when the baby reached like maybe like 3 or 4, she could hand the baby can the child could handle the was fighting off the bacteria so it didn't get like the rash anymore. But when a baby's born, their skin is very sensitive. They get diaper rash, they get all sorts of rashes, right? So the water actually was giving this baby a rash, where she had like like rash all over her body because she was washing the baby and all that stuff. But the baby was like a year and a half, and then after a year and a half later, she changed back to like the water because buying water got expensive. But I told her you don't have to like use a shitload of water for a child. Just wash their parts like and then wash their head. Like don't use too much water. But you'd be fine. And she never had a problem ever since. So that's what Spirit told me. It was like, look, tell her don't ever bath that baby in that bathtub in that water again. And the water comes from the pipes from that apartment. At least for like, for a while. And then when after like the 3rd day, the rash was all gone. And she was crying. I started crying too, like 'cause she was all happy, like because our baby didn't have no more rash. And she said that when she told the doctor that, the doctor says, "Oh, there can't be that," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking doctors think you know everything. The only people that know everything is Spirit. Spirit knows everything. Spirit knows more than what you think. So some people have the gift to find out what's wrong with somebody in their health and shit like that and what's wrong. It was just like when my friend Sue that I talk about when she had cancer. She asked me to ask Spirit, like, if she gonna get rid of it. And one of the hardest things I ever told her was, you still have some cancer in your stomach because I can see like a green dot in there. So you know how like you do like infrared, like treatments and all that type of shit where like you see like a green like dot, through like a scan or something like that, like an X-ray and shit. Like Spirit showed me an X-ray of her body with a dot in her stomach and said that she still had something in her stomach. And that when she ate certain things, that thing will contract, right? So I told her, look, Spirit's telling me don't eat fucking burgers and don't eat no fried shit. So she stopped for a while and she got better. And I saw like the dot being less and less. And then she like, that it just wouldn't go away, right? And sometimes you can't get rid of that shit. It's just gonna stay there. But I told her like, look, drink Gatorade, drink a lot of water, stay away from this, and this. And she lived a little longer because like Spirit was saying it. But Spirit also told me, look, Mark, she has to come, so it's her time. And I'm like, all right. So one of the hardest things I've ever done was tell her that those things. That's why her death kind of messed me up, like emotionally, for a long time. Because I went and I had to like see a lot of things I didn't want to see and tell her a lot of things I didn't want to tell her. But you know, being a spirit, you're with that person forever now. That's a part of your team. That's how you gotta look at it. You gotta look at everybody who's passed away that you love and care about. They're on your team. They're with you forever. They can see and hear and do everything you want to do, So they can. The more spirit you have on your side and on your team and in your army, the more powerful you'll be, and the more access to like information you can get. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like when you do this type of shit, the more people you have on your side, the more information you can get, and the more power you have to do things. Because the thing is, I tell everybody, I don't do nothing. All I do, I mean, I don't do nothing. I mean, I do things, but I pretty much tell, like, if spirit says to me this, and this, and I'm like, all right, well, can you do this for this person, or this person's asking me if you can do this for them? Can you do it? Or they're asking me to read them, so can you please read them for me and tell me things? I'm always like communicating with spirit and asking them, because what gives me the right to go ahead and assume that they're there and they're going to give me the answers? I negotiate with them right off the bat, because there's no way in hell I feel like I'm more superior than them. They can tell me, fuck you, we're not doing nothing for you. Who the fuck you think you are talking to us? We can zap your ass right now. You know, better get off your high horse, even though they never told me that, but because I accept them, I accept their word. I respect them for what they do. They without them, I'm nothing. So a lot of people think, oh yeah, it's me, it's me, it's me. No, it ain't. You ain't nobody without them. So don't ever think that you're more superior than them. That ain't fucking happen. So when I ask them for help, it's bang. It's no problem. Because they know how many people I help, so they help me just as much. Whenever I ask for anything, they help me, no problem. They're always there willing to help me, because they know that I'm not disrespecting them. I'm not doing anything that's bad. I'm not lying to these people. And I live, I try to live a righteous and humble life, because they've humbled me. They've made me feel like, I know how real it is now. So now I respect them more, and I respect their answers. I respect what they're doing, even though sometimes they don't let me know personally what I need to do for myself, because they don't want me to know. They want me to live my life. They don't want me to know shit. My job is to get information for you, not for me, because they know it. They're gonna do shit for me regardless. And see, I don't really like say to them, look, can you please find me $1 million? Can you please find me like a supermodel bitch so I can get married? I don't ask them for nothing like that. I just ask them for health. I just say, look, just please help me as much as you can with my health. People need me, like I can't be in no fucking hospital. I can't. I don't want no cancer. I don't want no fucking none of that shit. So they told me, in order for me to do that, I have to sacrifice things in my life. So I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't fucking drink alcohol. I don't disrespect people. I don't lie to nobody and shit. I do what I have to do. I help my family. So that's the deal we have. You make a deal with them. You have to negotiate. If not, you can't say gimme, 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 gimme. You know that saying when you were in nursery, gimme, gimme, never get. Don't you know your manners yet? That's exactly what it's like. If you want help from them, you got to do your part. And if you don't do your part, then you ain't getting no help. I don't care who the fuck you think you are. You ain't getting no help. You'll get bullshit and you'll look like an idiot. Yep. But that's hard for a lot of people to accept, Amanda. That's the part that people actually think that they're the mastermind behind everything. When a psychic says, "Oh, it's me. I'm the best, and I'm this, and I'm that," that's when you gotta run away. When a psychic doesn't praise spirit and praise God and all that, then you're fucked. I don't even want to listen to you. You ain't none of my company. That's how I am. Like I don't believe in just like you having self praise all the time and you're the best. When people come in here and tell me I'm this and I'm that. I don't pay it no mind like too much. Yes, I'm doing what I have to do, and I appreciate all the love and all that, but like I never take that shit literally where it makes me feel like I'm Superman. Like I just do my part. That's all. That's all I ever want is to be respected. That's all. I don't need no trophy and shit. Fuck that. I'm just happy to be alive, have good people in my life, and all my family is not in the hospital and nobody's sick. Everybody's like okay, like so that makes me happy. Like that's all I ever want. I pray every night before I go to sleep. I thank God more than I pray and ask for things. I don't ask for much. I just show more gratitude than anything. All right, Dan, take care. I gotta get out of here anyway. It's 12:30 in the morning here. I gotta get up in a couple hours and take my nephew to volleyball at 7:30. But there's a lot of people who have like a special gift and do special things. We're all unique in our own way. Everybody like is different. You can be like you can know 20 different plumbers, and each plumber has a own way of doing certain things. You see what I'm saying? Everybody like every electrician is different. Some people run their wire this way or that way. It's just like Amanda and I, we're different. We do almost the same things but different. Things have happened her way, things happen my way, and um all of us are all different. We all have special gifts. We all have special talents. If we were all the same, it'll be boring. So whatever you want to do, like that's your thing. That's why I believe in a lot of things and don't believe in a lot of things. Because people, you have to. If you can't prove it, then I don't want to listen to it. But there's so many people who have like out of body experiences and people who have a lot of experiences, and when people say things to me, I know if they're lying or not. And I know like people like do it. I've seen so many different mediums and psychics in this world that do amazing shit. I know a psychic, right? This chick, she'll take a notepad like this and she'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start drawing shit. I don't know what it's called, right? It's some type of shit they do, right? She'll take like a pen and paper and she'll start drawing shit or writing shit that she hears from spirit, and she'll just write. I can't remember what the hell it's called now. But anyway, this woman did this shit. She blew my mind. She was writing down all this shit, then she started sketching like this picture of somebody, and I was just like, look at this fucking woman. This woman's sick. The fuck is. How the hell do you like? It's like a photographic memory, like where I hear, see, and feel, and she don't see, fear. She just sees shit and starts like drawing it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And some people can just close their eyes and start typing shit, and they're typing everything that they see. I can't remember. There's a certain name for that shit. I haven't heard about it in a long time. But that stuff right there, that shit's like on a next level. Like that shit fascinates me. People think what I do is like above and beyond. But I've seen people like that are absolutely amazing. Like they can take a piece of paper and start reading your whole life. Or a woman would just I've seen this woman, she put her head back like this and she had the keyboard and she was going and she just told me about my whole life. And I'm like, what the fuck? This woman ain't even looking at her fucking type or her keyboard. She's got her head up in the air, mouth wide open. Click, 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 click. That's all I hear. Click, 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 click. She's all typing shit, and she didn't even know it. She ain't even looking at the keyboard. Some psychics, like this is back in the day. I ain't seen it recently. But like when I first started, like that shit scared me. I was like, what the fuck is this woman doing? Where am I right now? How the fuck this woman knows? How is she like typing this shit and she ain't even looking at the keyboard? I'm telling you, I'm seeing some crazy shit. And there's a lot of people that have different gifts. So many people are talented in the psychic world, more than you ever knew. And I've seen it. I've seen a lot of shit. A lot of people like do a lot of cool stuff. I like that shit. But it also freaks me out at the same time. But anyway, I'll be here all night talking about this shit because it's fascinating and it's nice and it's. I love hearing different things and people got different gifts. Everybody has different shit because they need to help different people. A lot of people have different issues and different problems in different situations. So if I can help you, great. Someone else can help you. If I can recommend them to you because I don't do it, and that's fine. I'll send them to you. That's how it is. Like we're all supposed to help each other because there's no one person that can do everything. You got me? So everybody like can help each other. That's how it works. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow at some point in time. I might be here during the day. I'll see what happens, see how it goes. Yeah, the person who draws spirit and stuff. Marley, you got one eye open? All right. All right. Good night, Ninja. Good night, Virgo. Good night, Marley. Amanda. Good night, sweetheart. Take care. And anybody else who's in here, good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to get my ass to bed. I got to be up in a few hours. God bless you guys. Take care.